Hello and welcome back to I Read It Online Somewhere. Join me, Amie, and my science teacher crew, Andrew and Ross, as we try and explain the science behind the everyday questions you should have asked at school. So hi and welcome to season 4. Don't know why I'm starting it like I'm starting the whole thing again. Episode 2. It's really hard when you're reading off something. Help. Erase, but just keep that because I thought the first bit was actually quite good. But hi, Andrew and Ross.
Hello.
Hello.
And we're really lucky to have Andrew here again.
Oh, hi guys. This was recorded on a separate day, not like last week.
Behind the curtains, we usually record 2 at a time. Well, we try to, but it doesn't always happen like that. So how's the last 5 minutes been, guys? Good?
Good. I went for a little toilet break, feeling better.
Good?
I hung about on my phone.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty much. We're always like the first episode's like, yay! What have we been up to? We've done this.
Like stop talking to each other between episodes.
Yes.
Save it for the podcast.
Exactly. But yeah, so we are back. And if you've got any questions, realise I didn't say this last time, but you can drop us an email, ireaditos@gmail.com or at ireaditonOS on all social media. Andrew, that is really hard to say.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. So finally, I get vindication.
Yeah, exactly. We slag Andrew every week because he's always struggling to say it all together.
He always reads it like he's never read it before.
Yeah, but
I read it.
Yeah, it's a double A. I get it now. But anyway, if you've got questions that you want to ask these guys, or I can attempt to answer them. Sometimes I do know them. Hashtag if anyone wants to go back and listen to Snakes with Amie. It's basically, if no one's listened to it, it's just an episode where I just somehow unearth all these snake facts that I've just locked away in my brain. So many snake facts just out of nowhere. And we even kind verified it by like Wikipedia or some really unreliable source. But yeah, anyway, I'm doing a lot of talking this week because it's my turn for a story and I'm going to ask you guys a question. Ooh. And it is why dogs specifically, not other animals, but do you know why dogs have tails? Andrew, you can phone a friend.
I at first I was like, oh, to wag, and then I was like, and then my brain went, no, it's for balance, and then I went, oh no, that's cats. I don't know why dogs have tails.
I know cheetahs definitely have them for balance because I've seen a great video of a cheetah running and its tail, like when the impala, wherever it's chasing, changes direction, its tail cuts to the side so it can change direction.
Ross, can I just say you're doing exactly what I used to do, which was not answer the question, but just say a fact so you sound clever?
Yeah, but you would just go, refraction?
No, I haven't done that for ages, actually.
Is it refraction?
It is not refraction.
Is it to be just social cues so that other dogs know if they're happy or not? Right,
so you want to go for social cues.
Yeah.
Andrew, what do you want to go for? If you had to take a guess, don't copy Ross. He wants to copy Ross. You did say balance.
I actually don't know. Yeah, balance. Why not?
You'd probably guess balance. That's what I would have said. But if you think about it, like they don't do this anymore, but like boxers and what are the other dogs that they used to cut their tail? Why was that?
Docking. That's the name for
docking.
Tail, docking.
But like, why did they do that? Boxers' tails are just like quite normal. That's why you can tell an old boxer because they don't have a tail.
They're all dead now. They should all be dead now.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah, because docking became illegal
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder why it was a thing though. Is it not so they can like fit down holes or something?
I can't quite remember. I remember it happening and...
Yeah, we had 2 boxers and they were both like cut. Don't know why. One of them was going to be a show dog but was too much of an idiot. So we got it.
Is it because they're working dogs?
Yeah, well they used to be, but is it not so that they can fit down holes or...
So they don't get it trapped or something?
I don't know, because their tails are quite long.
Yeah.
All I can think about is the boxer. But anyway, Ross is kind of right. It's to do with communication that they think. So they did used to think it was... Do you know what the word appendages?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like an
arm. Is that just like a tail?
An arm or leg.
I was like, whoa, what's this word? Appendages. Not like appendix. Appendages. Is that how you pronounce it? Mm-hmm. Okay. It was just like really threw me reading that word because I just have honestly never had to read that word before. Does it just mean a tail?
Well, it could be like a penis as well. Like,
yeah. Just things that stick out your body.
Off your body.
Things that's not your main core of your body. Yes.
Really? So just like...
Legs.
Is a head an appendage?
So I could just be like, my appendage is a bit sore. And they'll be like, which one?
I mean, you could. It would be weird, but you could say that.
Well, anyway, so the dog's appendage tail. Does that make sense? No? Yeah? Anyway, a new study's been found that they think it's to do with communication. So cats it's vital for them to like hang off branches. Ross, back to your cheetah, and keeping their balance, and like running fast and hunting in the wild. But dogs, they have done this like 12-year study. Maybe coincides with this docking. Oh, Andrew's looking very suspicious, and they've worked out.
How does a study take 12 years to do this? I'm going to hear. Yeah, sorry.
Well, look, I don't have the answer to that. According to the creators of Tail Talk, not appendagers, but there's like different ways that they've worked out. Like if dogs like wag more to, like the left side, then it means one thing. The right side if it's fast, if it's slow. So do you want me to tell you what they mean?
Yeah.
So left wagging, when the dog is facing you, suggests negative feelings such as anger or aggression. Right wagging is an indicative of happiness. Andrew's just wagging his hands or his appendage.
What I'm surprised about with Andrew is Andrew's done that without doing his little check for left thing.
Do you have to do that?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. But what Ross hasn't seen is that I'm holding my other arm in the shape of an L, so I know that that's my left.
Oh dear.
So when they say shake, do they mean like or wag? Do they mean like they're wagging on the left hand side,
or just more to
that side?
Like, I don't know, do you want to tweet Tail Talk? It just says left wagging.
Tail Talk, we're coming for
left wagging is like negative feelings, regression. Right wagging is excitement. Broad wagging, that's obviously maybe like big, like long ones.
Okay.
Is
just to knock over glasses in the house.
Is happy and isn't threatening you. And a slight wag with each swing of only small breath is often just a casual hello.
Hello.
Okay.
And a slow wag with a half mast shows that the dog is feeling insecure. You know how you sometimes see that if a dog.
What's a half mast? Sorry.
The tail.
Sorry. Okay.
The appendage. And
that's you used it in the proper way there.
Like I know.
Yeah.
And small fast movements suggest the dog is about to either run or fight. So next time you're at the beach, Andrew's just wiggling his hand really fast.
Well, right. Okay, so left wagging must be like that. Right wagging must be like that.
Like no one can see you, Andrew.
I know, but we should do a TikTok on this. And then that is like
you look like a fish. You're not waggy enough as a.
Okay, so that's your broad one.
Yeah.
And then that's your.
That's still too fishy.
Well, but that's what a tail is.
Or a bit like a snake. No, it's a bit more like.
I feel tails are more rigid.
You're like you're like a.
Well, no,
it's like that.
I feel a dog's tail goes like. It's a bit more.
You're too robotic, Ross.
Yeah, you're. That's not
right.
There's like a little switch at the end, but it's mainly.
Shall I do an audio descriptive? Andrew is having his right hand up and flapping it like a fish. Ross is looking robotic.
I'm keeping my sort of bending from the
you've
elbow.
locked, yeah.
But tails aren't solid. They've got
but they sort of move together though. They don't flock like a whip. It's not like whipping right.
Honestly,
it's not a whip,
we've opened a
but
can
it's
of
like...
worms here. I did not expect this to cause such debate, rigorous debate. But anyway, I just thought that was
saying
interesting.
that as a person who's owned 2 dogs without tails. I have no idea what they're like.
And I've seen dogs with tails. And
but I think the lesson here is because when you see a dog wagging its tail, you just assume like, yay, they're excited to see me. Unless it's just a casual hello, but not always.
I guess now I'm going to look out for more of a left.
Yeah, so am I. I'm going to see if that's a thing.
The left-right wag, like the whole tail moving backwards and forwards. I've seen that, and the one half-mast and like the... Ooh,
yeah, you can tell when they're a bit scared when it's a little bit between their legs and they're a bit on edge.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so my background to this one is it keeps coming up on my TikTok that people have gone like back in time and are making stock from bones with like hot water and vegetables. So like cooking a chicken, boiling the bones with vegetables to make a stock when they literally could just buy a stock cube. I guess it's slightly more flavorsome, but why is that like becoming a thing?
Bone broth is this year's new fangled
sourdough
/ New Year's resolution / the best thing that I could be eating So yeah, bone broth is made by boiling bones, so you get the stuff out of the bone marrow, and it's got lots of minerals and stuff in it, so it is very healthy for you. But you could also get those minerals just from eating meat, or good vegetables, or a wide variety of vegetables, or chicken as well.
Is a stock cube the same thing?
A stock cube is slightly different. It has a higher quantity of salt in it than you would get.
It will be that. That's just dehydrated.
They are basically the same thing. So
a chicken stock cube will be made by doing that in a factory with lots of carcasses, and then you just dehydrate it down into a powder and probably add a bit of salt.
Squish it back together. But yeah, they are the same thing, and it seems to be this whole thing about, as usual at this time of year, detoxing your body and doing a detox.
Is that your favourite word, Andrew?
I think we all know how I feel about detoxing and how it's an absolute waste of time because your liver detoxes for you. That's what it's there for. And
can you live without a liver?
No, about 7 minutes, I think it is.
7 minutes.
Yeah. Your liver's really important. You should really look after it. Like so.
How do we look after our liver?
Make sure you don't drink excessive amounts of alcohol. So reduce
the
amount of scarring that you put on your liver. So liver cirrhosis.
Like loads of vitamin C, not like bad for your liver as well, because it has to overwork.
Not really, because your body gets rid of vitamin C, so you don't store it.
Okay.
That's why if you ever have Barocca or a generic brand, your pee comes out like luminescent. Because you've got too much vitamin C.
Yeah, you always get a fright because usually you're ill when you're taking a Barocca or another brand.
Yeah. Did you know though, interestingly enough, that we have genes to make vitamin C, but because of our diet, which in a perfect world should contain both fruit, veg, and animals.
Yeah.
We don't have that gene turned on.
Oh, how do we turn it on?
You would have to probably use something like CRISPR gene technology, but we don't have it, therefore we don't need it. So because we can get vitamin C from lots of other things, such as other animals that make vitamin C, or fruit and veg, but some animals do have it turned on because they can't get vitamin C. So lions and tigers, for example, have vitamin C gene turned on because they can't get access to fruit and veg.
Oh, because they're carnivores.
Because they're carnivores, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And actually, the reason, remember, you know how pirates, vitamin C, scurvy?
Yeah.
So they reduced their time of having scurvy because they used to eat the rats that were on the ship.
No.
Mm-hmm. Before they found vitamin C was the thing. That's how it took such a long time for them to discover that citrus fruit was better. But they used to eat the rats, and guess what rats can do?
Turn on
that they can make their own vitamin C.
Oh no.
So we used to get vitamin C from rats.
Oh, nice. Wow, that was just going somewhere that I just didn't think it was going.
Arr.
But I like it.
Would you rather eat a rat or a frog?
Oh, frog. Well, you eat frog's legs. You don't eat rats.
Yeah, I've eaten a frog.
Rats were very big in the Roman times.
And on pirate ships, apparently.
Yeah.
I would eat a rat though. There's more to it.
No.
Like a frog was nice, but
I think I'd need to know the background of the rat. Like, has it been living in a sewer, or has it been living like in like
Muppets Christmas Carol or something?
Yeah. Or like Ratatouille or something like that. Wouldn't eat Ratatouille, obviously.
The Ratatouille ones are literally in a sewer.
I have actually never really seen the full Ratatouille.
You've never seen Ratatouille?
No, I've seen like bits of it. I've seen the guy, but yeah,
it's
or
not my
like
favourite movie.
no, it's okay. It's an average Disney one. Average, yeah. Put it out there. Don't hate. Okay, next question. Actually, kind of based on liver. Well, not really though. But why does alcohol make you drunk? Like, so why? And I'm not meaning like ethanol or something like that. I'm meaning like wine, vodka, gin,
which are all ethanol.
But you know what I mean. I'm meaning actual
alcohol.
Fit for human consumption. Alcohol. Like why? Like how does it make you drunk?
So it just it stops the signals being passed from your neurons, I think. So it acts as a antagonist.
Go with it. Just sound more confident and people will believe you.
I do know.
You sound a bit Wikipedia there.
Yeah. So it basically like plot like it replaces. Imagine you were playing musical chairs, and you have to sit in the seat, right?
Yeah.
But somebody else got in there first, and not you.
Yeah.
That's kind of what an antagonist is doing, or what this is sort of doing. It's blocking your ability to sit in there. Therefore, it causes reactions to be slower, causes you to get drunk a wee bit.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And feel kind of that dizziness.
Why
does the rim spin?
Oh, that's because there's miscommunication between your ears and your eyes. So
really?
And your body goes into its panic mode, and when body goes into panic mode, it thinks that you've been poisoned, and it goes, have you considered throwing up? Because your body doesn't know what to do. So it's the same feeling you get when you get travel sick. Your eyes are telling you, or something is telling you you're moving, but your ears or your eyes, I can't remember which way around it is, they're telling you that you're not moving, that you're stationary, even though you're traveling.
Your ears feel that they're moving, and then your eyes
and your body goes into panic mode, and it goes, have you considered throwing up?
So it's basically they're having an argument, and then your body's like, I'm just going to throw up to diffuse this.
Miscommunication, and the two are trying to think. So that's why you can buy those goggles that must be to do with your eyes. Then
the beer goggles.
They have the liquid in it that sits underneath on two of the sides, so right in front of you and right here, so that it tells you that you're balanced. They're really weird.
So what if the rim is spinning?
For travel sickness, not for.
I was going to say, wow.
For being drunk.
Just keep that beside my bed.
If the room is spinning, the best thing to do would be to close your eyes and sit down.
Yeah. See, I try that, but then I'm still spinning.
Yeah, and that's because your ears, the information in your ears though, but you've shut off one part of the communication. So it's a bit like if you were to spin on the spot. If you were to just stand, you can do this now, right? So if you just stand on the spot with one leg, you can hold your balance. If you close your eyes, your balance will just go.
Right, I'm trying that now because I think I can balance.
I'm gonna
I've got curry all over my.
Right, go for it. So one leg.
One leg,
balance. With
balance.
eyes open.
Eyes
balance.
Open. Balance.
Right, now shut your eyes.
Quite balanced still.
So what?
I want to try my left leg now.
So what to do now, right, is balance on one leg.
Right, same leg.
Right.
I'm just really unbalanced now.
Shut your eyes, and then as soon as you start to feel yourself go, open up your eyes, and you'll rebalance.
I left it too late.
In a perfect world.
No, I felt okay. Do it again because I actually felt like I was going a lot sooner.
So balance on one leg, shut your eyes. Sorry. As soon as you start to feel going, open up your eyes, and it should refix itself.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So it's because you're putting in extra information.
Wow.
Because you're then giving your brain more information as to where you are in relation to everything else. Because your relation to where you are to everything else is another sense that we don't talk about. We talk about the 5 senses, but there's loads. So temperature change, or the ability to detect temperature change, the ability to know where you are in relation to other things, so spatial awareness, they're all senses. And that's how that one works.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ross, have you even here this week? There's just the 2 biology for you, these questions. I can't remember what my first question was.
Questions on dolphins, just like last week.
What was my first question? I can't remember.
Bone broth.
Bone broth. I'm really I'm overwhelmed by the balancing.
Oh, it's cool, right?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. Also, if you are spinning round on a merry-go-round,
yeah,
right. So, or even just on the spot, you spin round, a roundabout, and you spin round. If you stop, the water in your ears keeps moving, which is what causes you to feel the dizziness. If you stop and spin really hard in the opposite direction once, it should reset it. So
I do that.
Yeah, that should fix it. Yeah.
What do you not think? As you've got older, I find myself way dizzier on things. So if I'm on a roundabout with my kid, I can't do it. Whereas he would go around 1,000 times, but I can't do it.
Yeah, it's because as you get older, you're slightly more sensitive to changes. It's something to do with the ear. I don't know if it's to do with the hairs that are in the ear, but there is something to do with your ears. Because as we know,
ears are playing.
The ears, your hearing disappears. So not disappears, but it gets less. So the high pitched noises that you played. they slightly disappear. So therefore, I think it's all connected to the same thing.
Well, I think we can all agree we are getting an earful.
Yeah.
I was just trying to be really American.
Oh wow! But
So last question then.
Oh, here's Ross piped in.
Yeah, I just turned off, guys. So what's the best way to clear your car from frost and ice?
ooh,
Oh, out of nowhere, Ross. Out of nowhere.
nowhere.
How do you do it? We are a de-icer family. We are a turn the car on, hope no one steals it for 10 minutes before we need to leave, and then spray de-icer and
Okay.
wait like 6 minutes and then get in the car.
That is actually like that's probably the safest way to do it, rather than kind of scratch off half of it and then.
We're not a
you know,
scratcher
you know
offer.
those people who are like scratch and they just have like just their face.
Yeah.
And you're like, you literally cannot see the rest of the road.
Yeah.
I always find that you can get the outside stuff off, but then it doesn't clear the inside, so you can't see.
Yeah.
But,
So
and then I don't like using like a sponge on the inside because it just makes it all streaky.
Ross literally had a
Yeah,
meltdown
no, I'm
this
not a
week about
sponge
this.
guy.
As in, like,
No,
drove into Tesco
Right.
and had to buy screen wipes because he
Yeah.
was like, there's just one streak. He's like, I can't see. I was like, you can see.
Amy's just there wiping it with a jumper, and I'm like, no, it's gonna be all
That's actually,
streaky.
like, the so guys, I'm selling my rental car. Just saying, week 4. And
Oh dear.
there's something on the inside. Oh God.
Sore subject. Andrew hit a deer with his car and it's broken, so he's got a really small rental car.
And there's something on the windscreen. But where are all my screen wipes? In the other car. So I can't like wipe the screen. And I'm not a sponge person either. But I definitely don't pour hot water over your frozen
That's
windscreen.
all the videos I'm seeing on
That's-
TikTok.
That's awful. But what you could do is, if you pour it into like a Ziploc bag, you can then drag that bag up and over the screen, and it will melt it because
Would that not have the same effect as just like pouring the water all over it?
no, because it's a
you're
bit
heating it up
like
quicker.
if you put water into a balloon and then put a lit match underneath. It's
When
to
we
do
doing
with
that?
thermodynamics of the water, and the energy dissipates into the water. So
Yeah,
it's not
it's
the other way around.
Same way you can put like a paper cup on top of a bunsen with water in it,
Yeah.
and it doesn't burn it.
Yeah,
These
it's
are
really
just
cool.
these are just everyday things I do not do, but I
Everyday,
do.
yeah, well.
But I might do the other things. The best way to defrost your car is get a Ziploc bag of
Ziploc
boiling
bag,
hot water.
Boiling hot water, and then just like drag it up. So don't let it sit because you're not.
'Cause that could crack it.
That could potentially crack it, but that will cause the inside to frost, like not frost up, but like mist up.
Yep. So how do we
what
stop
to do
that?
is make sure that your AC is on.
To cold or hot?
Still to hot, but so make sure that it's pushing air. And what to do is crank your window open just like a tiny crack, and that should cause enough of a change for it to disappear quite quickly.
Oh, is that how we should be demisting our windows anyway? By making it hot and then having a little bit of the window open.
I think so. It's just so it can go elsewhere. But sometimes it can always be a bit of a puzzle because you should also not have your air circulating. So if you got if you got your AC on, you shouldn't have circulating air.
Okay.
Well, you should have fresh air
Yeah,
coming
should
in
be
from
fresh air coming in all the time, and that should fix it. He says with
Oh,
confidence.
let's try that next time. It
Let's
were
try
frosty.
So actually, guys, what you could do is you could let us know. Please email us ireaditos@gmail.com or contact us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok @ireaditos. Please go and tell your friends all about these wonderful things that you're hearing and what you should be doing to detoxify your liver, which is leave it alone. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.